I've done it on our page this time. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine. Alright. On my knees. Hello, welcome back to Stackhouse Lives. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. I hope you're all having a lovely evening. So, I'm going to be doing some more forging like I did last Wednesday. Only this Wednesday, I'm going to be making a spatula. So, I'm going to do it into the two pieces. We'll see how we go as well. I might run out of time and continue the stream at a later stage. But a spatula is what we're going to be making. And I've got this 10 by 10 millimeter mild steel that I'm going to be using because it's going to be a light kitchen utensil. So I'm using some lighter stock to start with. And I've also got some sheet copper here that I'm going to be using for the actual blade of the spatula. So my plan is that this is going to be the handle. I'm going to be forging a mounting point that's going to be riveted with some steel screws that I have. And it's going to be riveted to the piece of copper that I'll cut and essentially have a spatula by the end of the stream. Sit tight and enjoy the stream, and yeah, if you have any questions, ask away. Okay, so while the piece of steel is in the furnace, I'm going to be taking the copper sheet and cutting out a small sort of straight pentagon kind of shape for the spatula, how it's going to taper off and have a little house shape and then be square at the base. I'm also not going to be hot forging the copper, I'm going to be cold working it so it has a elasticity quality to it, so it's really flexible, but it's also going to bend back a little bit because copper, being copper, is really soft and very, very pliable. So if you bend it, it doesn't really bend back unless it has this work-hardened quality. We do want that work-hardened quality for the spatula so we can have it bend and flex. So that is the plan. Here is the copper. And my pen. It's not in my pocket. Where is it? Okay, so I've got the sheet of copper. Now I'm going to draw a small shape. This is also going to expand and change shape a bit. So I want to underestimate the size of the spatula and then make it bigger and wider. And I may have to use tin snips again to change the shape. So I'm planning on doing that kind of shape there. And the idea is I'm going to tin snip these corners and start forging the copper down so it's got a rough forged quality to it. Wherever my tin snips are, here. Go. It's kind of hard to get this on camera. My knee. There we go. Right. Just going to come through and cut. I'm just going to push this up and out the way, like so. So I can get up and underneath. The copper wants to cooperate with me. But at the moment it doesn't want to. It's stuck. I'm just bending it off now. This is pretty embarrassing. But we'll get there. Hey, cool. So that's how not to do that. So my plan now is to start to flatten this piece of copper out. Look, you can see it in the right light. That's a bit better. So this piece of copper is going to get forged out while it's cold, not while it's hot. And hopefully it'll increase in width and size. Put that guy on there. The other piece of steel will be ready soon, so I put this guy down and work simultaneously combining the project. Put these little guys here on the chair. There we go. Okay, so that's the start of the shape, if I can keep it still. Got a nice little kind of leaf shape, so I want to forge this and widen it so that I've got space for my 3 little holes. Once I've got that all sorted, I can work further down the handle and start sculpting the handle a little bit more. But this is really important. I can't go too thin or too narrow with this part of the steel, otherwise what will happen is it gets really flimsy and it won't work very well. While I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm going to be hammering the copper. As you can see, that's the copper being forged. It's got a really nice forged texture to it. It's actually gotten a lot thinner and it has a lot more of a sprung kind of quality to it. So I want to continue this all over the piece so that once I've got this all forged out, I can start drilling some holes and then I'll line those holes up with the other piece of the spatula. So you can see that finish quite nicely. Looks very rustic and very nice. go. See, it's gotten quite a bit bigger already. Now it's got a bit of a tensile strength to it. It's still not quite work hardened enough. I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to get to the mild steel block and make the other counterpart to the piece and get the rest of that forged out. Then I'll work back on this guy. See, that's it, flattened out, and it's also widened out. Kind of looks like a leaf now. So it's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to let that cool down, and I will be cheating. I'll be using my drill press just to pop those holes through so I get a perfect alignment. And once we get that done, we'll use the other piece of copper to make our little spatula. You can actually see it's kind of already coming together. Looking good. Okay, so I've put that guy in water now, so it's all cooled down. Now I want to center punch the holes, so I've got some holes ready for that spatula. And once I've got 3 holes, nice 3 points of contact, then I'll be away. Put that guy there for now, I'll get my center punch. One hole over here, one hole here, and another hole that's next door. Okay, hopefully you can see that on camera okay. Probably not. There we can, we can, cool. So that's the hole punch, center punch marks. I'm just going to go and drill those holes now, and hopefully I've got these little screws here that I've got, and I'm going to use these guys as rivets. So this is about maybe 4 millimeters, so I want to drill a 4 millimeter hole. I'll do that now. Okay, I'm back now. Right, sorry about that. So I've just drilled the holes. Yes, I cheated, but this is my stream, so I do what I want. Now I've got these screws that are going to be used as rivets. So now I want to get the rest of this guy shaped out, and now I'm going to continue with the rest of the spatula. So that's going to be drilled. See in the right light, maybe over here. I'm going to drill the holes through the copper and pretty much do that. So it's going to look like a pretty cool looking spatula, like that. There we go, we can see it. Right. These holes are not quite big. Okay. He's going a little bit better now. Oh, so now I'm going to transfer this over. Get rid of this plastic on the copper too. There we go. Hey. Yeah. Looks really shiny now. Look at that. Woohoo! Super shiny. Okay, so I'm going to trim the rest of this, get this guy riveted, and get the rest of this sculpted. So I'll do this first, then I'll probably rivet everything else on. Okay, so I've just gone and drilled the holes, so those guys, in theory, should line up. Might need to file them a little bit. See how that's going to go in there, like that. I'm going to get on to the rest of the forging, take the screw out of my mouth, and get the rest of the shapes. So to quickly file out these holes. So for those that have just joined the stream, I'm making a spatula. The blade of the spatula is going to be made from copper. This copper's been work hardened, so I've been hammering it while it's been cold to achieve a kind of work hardened stiffness to the metal. My plan after this is I've got the other piece of the handle sitting inside the forge, ready to shape out. I've already pre-drilled the holes as well. So I want to essentially get the handle made, and then I can spend about 5 or so minutes getting the whole thing assembled. And I also want to put a bend in that spatula so I can have the handle lift. So I'll do that. I'll quickly put that bend in now. Maybe I should trim this off. I'll just hammering on the edge of the anvil, put a corner in the copper. There we go, nice. All right. Where's my mouse gone? Look like that. So that's the end of the spatula all rounded off. So yeah, holes drilled, and this is all now nice and round now. I'm going to forge the rest of the handle out a little bit more flat, so you've got a bit more to grip and hold on to. And then I'll just assemble the spatula, so nearly done. So while that heats up, I'm going to go and tin snip this and and open up these holes just a little tiny bit with a file, just so that I have lots of clearance when I drop the rivets in. Ideally, you can only do this once with this riveting. You don't really want to go back and muck around with too many more heats. Otherwise, it can cause the metals to oxidize too much. So just open those holes up a little more, like a little ghost. And just tin snip this guy like this. And come through, clean this all up. Try not to hit the computer. So a little bit more square. Just going to round these corners with the spatula. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Then come through, round this guy off a little more as well. Like that. Go. Pretty happy with it. Alright, put in some water. Okay, so far, that's our spatula handle, that's the mount points that we've got. And we've also got the holes lined up pretty well. So the next thing to do is, while it's cool, just make sure everything lines up so it's nice and aligned. I don't really want to find out nothing doesn't line up now. If I have to file these holes a little more, then I will. I do have to, that's good. Which I'll do right now. If you've all just joined the stream, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a really nice evening, chilling out, doing nothing. The weather in Wellington was pretty gorgeous. Nice, warm, sunny day. Pretty weird for winter, but hey, we get the odd one of them. If you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, what I'm doing, that'll be a good one. Yeah, fire away. Just opening these holes up a little bit more at the moment. Making sure these little screws will drop in quite nicely. Over my file this way. There we go. using a file to open those guys up. And just check everything fits. Nope, not that one. Just about, that one fits. Awesome. This one also fits. Double awesome. A little bit more on the top one. Oops. Don't stab your knee with a file. Okay. Now, I have to make sure these guys line up. It's the second trickiest part about doing this. And it kind of is. Isn't. Maybe I'll take one out. You're right. Okay. Need to make the top hole a little bit bigger. Alright. See if that lines up now. A little better. Oh, hang on. Maybe I drilled them this way. I did. Oh no. Okay, that's okay. I just have to change the angle of my spatula now. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I put them in the wrong way to start with. Well, dang. Alright, let's see if they go in this way. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Kind of. See if these line up a little bit nicer. Sorry, upside down.
Oh. Two out of three. Well, it looks like it lines up. Since we want to go through the hole.
Yeah, I think it's just the whole filament needs a little bit of fiddling with. Might just bring all the holes together so that there's not so much of an alignment issue. So they're going to be slightly oval holes, but that's fine. I like oval holes. They'll make this project work. This one doesn't want to go in. It's actually quite badly aligned there. Right. And getting closer. All right, so that's guaranteed to fit, otherwise I'm really bad at what I do. Already made the claim. No, that works, cool. You can see the bolts are lined up very crudely. That's them on the other side. It's still really wiggly and loose, this drop one. Now I'm just going to cut these guys short, just a little short, and rivet these guys down. So they probably need to stick out by about 5 or 6 mil out. Sorry, about 3 mil proud. I'll get my hacksaw, which is just over there. Yes. Over to the leg vise and cut these guys. Thank you. Go, that's fine. Just going to check that that fits nicely before I cut the other two. What are you doing, Shay? What are you doing? Okay, cool, that fits. And that gives me plenty of clearance for the riveting. So I'll cut the other two the same. And we'll be done. Here we go. One. And number two. All right. Now we've got our back of our spatula. I know it's a bit dark here, sorry about that. And our little rivets, which are just recycled screws, if you were curious. And our spatula. These guys are just going to sit in here like that. Of course, the holes don't want to line up against Murphy's Law. There we go. Just like that. So now I'm going to have the piece face down for the spatula and just cold rivet these threads over themselves. And I'll give them a quick wire brush. And then ideally, that's the spatula done. I have to straighten it a little bit, but that's fine. I'm going to come with a smaller ball peen hammer. The flat side of the hammer first. Oh, well, got a bit of a preview on what you're making tonight. Alright, so that's the spatula done. Copper, steel, and riveted. Rather crudely, but it's about the functionality. And nice and springy copper as well. That's important. So yeah, that's the end of the stream. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good evening. Take care. Yeah.